Now, this past summer and the beginning of this fall have been heavenly. I sometimes I feel like I'm in heaven. I go riding in this beautiful scenery on a great bike. I feel like I'm in heaven, really. And if you want to watch this in 4K, just adjust your YouTube device. Some of the best weather of the year is here right now, and I don't want to miss 1 minute of it. I've been getting up super early, getting out on the open road, trying to get as much mileage as I can on the bikes, and most of all, trying to enjoy every minute of the wonderful, wonderful scenery that we have. The leaves changing and the temperatures are just right, and my God, it's a wonderful time to have a motorcycle and have the road in front of you open. Now, it always seems that both spring and fall go by way too quickly. They come and you miss some days, and you're sorry you missed the days of riding. I'm trying not to do that this year. I'm trying to get every possible day riding I can, because I know sooner or later the really brutal cold weather comes and it's just not quite the same. And if you're a video subscriber, you know my routine in the morning is pretty simple, cut and dry. Move the motorcycles around, get the one we want to ride. In this case, it's the GS, out in the driveway. And I always look at them and I always think, what's different about, boy, a 42-year-old bike and a 4-year-old bike, and how much progress every manufacturer has made. In fact, Kawasaki's now making electric motorcycles. Not sure everybody knows that. And I'm not an electric guy. I kind of like what I have already. Karen always likes it if I pick her some fresh flowers in the morning while I'm feeding the fish. And even this late time of year, we have flowers. It's an amazing, a heavenly, I don't know what to say, on the farm this year. We've had a heavenly year. And when she comes down and sees the fresh flowers, I know she enjoys it. And of course, feeding the birds in the morning, one of the joys I have of life, while I'm having my breakfast and coffee, the birds keep me company. Now, I know every single person that rides motorcycles has a little bit different definition of what motorcycle heaven would be. For me, it's my humble collection and being able to get out on the road almost every day. It's a lifestyle that I've worked many, many years for. People think I just inherited it. Trust me, I didn't inherit a penny in my life. I worked for every day I have now on the open road, and all the days restoring these bikes, doing the maintenance on them, keeping them up to snuff. But for me, that's pretty close to what I think a motorcycle heaven is. And this GS can turn a day that's just beautiful scenery and open roads. It can turn it right in front of your eyes into a heavenly day. And throw in a stop for a bagel, a cup of coffee, whatever. It is truly heaven. So this is pretty cool. I'm stopping here to take a picture, and down the road comes a young man on a dirt bike. And he actually went down the end of the road, turned around to see if I needed help. Quite a nice young man. And no matter where I ride this bike, the back roads, Route 80, Lake George, long trips, short trips, trips around the corner, the bike never disappoints me. 42 years of not disappointing me. for some of my friends that are not retired yet, and some of them are still working, and all the years you put in when you're done with and you're retired and you're ready to start enjoying your retirement, it's always nice to have a collection, a humble collection of motorcycles to ride. And it's even better if you retire and you live in a part of the country where you can ride realistically probably 9-10 months of the year. And if you're a fanatic, maybe even a little more. But having that choice and having these leaves, the scenery, definitely is heavenly. And one of the things that makes this bike so special to me is that I've had it since it's been brand new. It's a one owner. It's historically registered, so you never pay for another registration. It's registered for life. I love getting those registration renewals and it says pay this amount, 000. Allows me to spend more money on gas and tires. But anyway, I've tried to maintain the bike. I have a parts bike, of course. I have 2 sets of bodywork, 2 sets of wheels, and all the spare parts that go along with that. And just maintaining this bike is part of what makes my retirement so much fun. Now, this time of year, the leaves get to be a problem. They blow out into the street. And what's even worse is, and by the way, that's a lake that's covered with duckweed. That's not, I pass that all the time. That's not a golf course or something. That's water with duckweed on it. Makes for a good background for pictures. I had a comment on a video on one of the previous GS videos, a fella I have never corresponded with, said, "Oh, you must have sunk thousands of dollars into this bike. Oh, how much money, you really poured money into it." And I started adding up how much I've spent on it. It's really not much at all. But what happens is I do maintain it and take care of it. It's not something I bought thousands of dollars worth of accessories for. The biggest thing to buy was a $700 for a parts bike and the brake rotors, and that's pretty much it. It's a bargain. Now, there's one thing you always have to be careful of when you're riding, especially if you're riding on these back roads, and there it is. And this has happened to me so many times, I'm gun shy about it, but I'm aware of it, and they do it all the time. Garbage trucks, FedEx, UPS. It's amazing. And there's a car coming the other way. And the only other downside here in this part of the country, the deer. And boy, I don't know if it's this time of year is their favorite time, but almost every ride I see at least one little family of deer on a road. And I remember all the years of my life that I worked overtime through the weekend and did double shifts and did all kinds of things, worked extra hours in a machine shop, and was dreaming about the years when I finally would retire. It was a constant dream, and I never thought it would be this good. Well, you know what the reality is? This bike is part of it too. It has exceeded my wildest dreams. And when I fill that tank up in the morning, I know I've got almost 200 miles of range, and I don't have to look for gas stations for the whole rest of the day. And this time of year, there's beauty at every corner, every lake, every stream, every mountain. It's just endless, beautiful scenery. It is just wonderful. And the GS, of course, is a perfect bike for a long day in a saddle, cruising, taking some pictures, stopping for lunch. Just could not be a nicer day. And every time I look around, I think, I know I have friends that have never looked around and seen the leaves change. Don't notice a flower. They go past the garden center and don't even see a flower. So I don't know. I guess I do, and Karen certainly does. And it's been such a wonderful day. But I can't wait to get back to see what Karen's doing down at the farm. We had such a wonderful year. Even the farm was like being in heaven. Well, everybody that lives in this part of the country knows this weather's not going to last forever, but while it's here, we're going to take every day we get. It was spectacular today. And it's this time of year that's so nice, so pleasant. I bet motorcycle dealers sell a lot of motorcycles this time of year. I don't know, but I feel like buying more bikes. This kind of weather just does it for me. I don't know why. I really don't like the real hot weather. I really don't like the, the real cold weather. Dangerous when it gets icy. But right now, we are in motorcycle heaven. And of course, for every person that rides motorcycles, their idea of what motorcycle heaven is or should be, a great dirt track, a race track, some whatever, trials bike. But to me, this is really my definition of motorcycle heaven. And thanks, guys, one and all. Thank you for watching.